Yeah, it do get lonely sometimes because life is not meant to be lived alone. Life is meant to have a companion that you love, that love you. You can sit there looking at a movie together, get a little, sneak a little kiss every now and then, hold hand, rub legs. You know, it's that feeling of
So, hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. And today I am here with my friend Charles. Charles, please introduce yourself more to our viewers.
hello everyone. My name is Charles Coleman. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I am living in Tbilisi, Negros Occidental, close to Bacolod in the airport.
Okay, so tell me your story, Charles, because I've met you before. I think a year ago we've met. I interviewed you. So tell them why you choose to live here in the Philippines and what is your story?
Basically, I'm retired Air Force, so I was spent some time at Clark Air Base and spent 5 years there. And then after I retired, I lived in Angeles for another year before I went back to the States. Eventually, I got my money right and was able to return to the Philippines to live in May of 2022. But I did, in the time before, make one trip over here in 1995. So that's my story, and I love it here.
What are your reasons why you you choose Philippines to retire and now you're living in here for 2 years already?
Well, as I said, when I was in the military and then I retired and I lived here for a year, and I always had intentions of coming back to live, and that was in 1987. So my mind never changed. I just never had the money right. But my main reason was I love the Philippines. The weather's gorgeous. Once you get used to the humidity, and the women's are beautiful, gorgeous, sexy, and whatever other name you can use to describe them. And they are very friendly. You just have to keep talking until you find the right one you want to spend time with. Don't be in a rush to find love. Let love come to you.
What are the kind of a thing that you experience that you can say that it's a big difference from the West?
The biggest difference is, to me, the way the way the women treat you in the West.
Really?
You are not a priority in their life anymore. You're more of a secondary thing to them. They are career minded and they know that they can support themselves, and they will let you know that. Here in the Philippines, the women's are more loving, they're more caring, nurturing, more giving. Anything that a man be looking for in a companion, he can find it here in the Philippines. But like I say, you have to look.
You told me you are single. So what do you think that, makes you kind of like, not be able to find the right one for you? For how many years you've been here? Like 2 years already. What you think? Like what type of woman that you're looking for that you really don't find it her yet?
The women that I've been meeting, I met two online, I met two in person. Uh, they are more money oriented instead of being in a relationship for love. Sure, money is a part of it. You're going to have to support her, and you should. But it shouldn't be the main reason behind any relationship. Love should rule everything. And it's, like I say, it takes time to find that one that wants that. If she wants to love you without you doing anything for her or her family, she's a keeper. After about 6 months, she's definitely a keeper. So that's the kind of woman I'm looking for. I want to meet a lady that the first 2 weeks that we know each other, you ask me to pay a bill for you. I know there are things that are emergencies. And I know the cost of living for a Filipino is very high. But for American, it would be cheaper. And I understand that part of it. And some they are required to have certain things that they need in life.
Yeah.
And I don't mind helping once within that first month as long as it's not a major amount of money. Say like 2 or 3 thousand pesos, yeah. That's not gonna if that's gonna make me broke, then I need to go home. But yeah, I want to meet a lady that money is not the priority.
Yes.
I just want her to love me first, and then if I want to help her to do things, which I more than likely will, because I know that she's gonna be needing things, and I won't mind helping her. But I want that love first, and I want to feel that love, not the fake love,
Yeah.
but the real love.
Yes. What is your opinion about helping someone you've met online?
Usually, a good woman, whether she need help or not, is not going to ask you right away. The ones that's planning on getting everything they can out of you, those are the ones that will ask you for it right away. And you have to figure out in your own heart, should I help that lady? But you better make sure that it's not no large amount of money, because the next week, if it is, and she planning on getting all the money she can from you, it's going to be a higher amount the next week. So that's why I said don't help, but you have to figure out deep down whether you should help that lady or not.
Yeah. Okay, so I kind of like, I can't relate the feelings, because I'm a woman. Of course, like, it's hard to really this man that, traveled here in Philippines and live in here like you do. Like, it is really getting lonely sometimes.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
do get lonely sometimes because life is not meant to be lived alone. Life is meant to have a companion that you love, that love you. You can sit there looking at a movie together, get a little, sneak a little kiss every now and then, hold hand, rub legs. You know, it's that feeling of happiness. A lot of people never feel it in their life because they keep meeting the wrong person. I'd rather not feel it and meet the wrong person. I want it with the right person.
Yeah.
I just want to have her there with me, not necessarily to just cook and clean and stuff like that. I have a maid. They do all that stuff. I just want a companion that will give me her unconditional love,
Yes.
and I will return the same to her,
Yeah.
and we can just live happily ever after.
So, okay, what are your advice to men, to the all men that, like same as your situation, same as your age, that want to travel here in Philippines and live here in the Philippines? It's really necessary to look for a partner right away. So, share me your thoughts about it.
No, it's not important to look for one right away. I would advise when you get here, just get yourself acclimated to being in the Philippines
Yeah.
and whether you want to live here. Just because you want to come here and live, don't mean that you want to live here. You have to be here and spend some time first. And I would say 6 months to a year.
Mm.
After 6 months, you will start to feel whether you can put up with the humidity. Then at the end of the year, you know for sure whether you can. I would say after 6 months, put your feelers out as to what you're looking for in a mate, girlfriend, just a person to come by every now and then, whatever way y'all want it. You know, it is. You don't have to look for love that first day you land because it's not there.
Yeah.
It's fake love, but to find a good one, just give yourself time.
And how about the culture, like, the Filipino culture that you've noticed that you can't find in the West? Like, what are the Filipino culture that it's kind of like amazed you in a way?
The one culture that I've noticed from walking around is that feeling of caring, feeling of nurturing from a Filipino. You don't have to be in a relationship to see it,
Yeah.
and you don't have to be in a relationship to feel it, because you can see it all around you from different peoples that you know,
Yeah.
and it kind of make you want to have that feeling yourself. So that is the biggest culture. That is a difference between here and the West. In the West, it's not so much that the woman wants to take care of you anymore. It's more of like the woman just wants you to bear kids or something like that, which they still don't need to, need you to live with them to do that. They got all that, what they call it, the sperm banks and all that stuff that they can go to, and if they don't want a man in their life, and some of them do it, but it seems like they don't give that attention that women in Asia give. And it's not just the Philippines, it's Thailand and a couple other countries over here that I've noticed it. I've been to Thailand before. I spent 3 years over there. And it's Thailand and now the women's can be a little mean. But I think overall Asia is the most nurturing country there is.
What is the difference you think living in a province and living in a city? How much it costs you to live comfortably?
Living in the province, I'm not completely in the province, but I'm halfway between the province and a city.
Yeah.
So, but my cost of living is running me about $1,200 to $1,300 a month. Now that don't include if I want to take a trip somewhere.
Yeah.
But this is just stuff for the house.
Foods.
Yeah, just my basic electric, water, the rent. And before my house, my rent was 13,000 a month. But I've moved. I got a bigger house now.
So,
My house now is I got a 5 bedroom now, and it's only 20,000 pesos for me. Now, if I was living downtown Bacolod or here in Cebu, that would be 40,000 pesos a month. So
yeah.
that's a big difference there. So, and plus the house I'm renting, you guys might laugh at me, but my ex-wife owned that house. So I got a discount.
What are the nicest advice you can give to a guy, to a man like you that planning to live in the Philippines, planning to stay in here for good? What are the best thing or behavior they can take here to the Philippines to live like you, that you're enjoying your life in here, so and you are not in a hurry of
Yeah.
having a girlfriend, something like that. So share them your
Yeah.
tips.
First advice is figure out when you want to come.
Yes.
Set your date and try to have that day at least a year from the date that you take for granted today, the 25th of March, 2024. Set your date 25th of March, 2025. And sit down and write out what you need to do before you go. Everything you need to accomplish before you go. Because once you get here, it's hard to get anything done back in the States. Unless you have a relative there that's you give power of attorney to take care of stuff for you while you're here. The second thing is make sure your money is right. You cannot, I, I don't think I can stress this enough. You cannot live on $1,000 a month and expect to travel all the time.
Yeah.
Now you can live on $1,000 a month and travel maybe once every 6 months, but it's gonna be a short trip. So keep stuff like that in mind. Make sure your money is right. Go on the internet, search some of the YouTube channels, talk, look at different cities, and when you first get here, for the first month or two, have a rent a hotel or Airbnb or whatever you want to do, but no more than 2 months. And during that two month period, travel to a few cities. And if you see another city you like better, spend a few days there. You finish your lease here. In that 2 months, you go back there and spend a couple months there. See if you like that. If you don't like it, move on to another city.
Yeah.
Move around until you find a city that you like
Yes.
and you're comfortable with. And all the ideas that you had about the Philippines, all the things that you see on the internet, please forget them. Forget them.
Yes.
Come here because when you started looking at stuff on the internet and believe it, you come in here with expectations. Don't land with expectation. That way you're not disappointed.
Yeah.
And the last thing is the people are courteous. They will smile at you, but that don't mean that you're supposed to go over and try to kiss them. It's just that they're friendly and they're saying hi to you. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Now, if you get to know them, and then that's a different story.
Yes.
But they are very courteous and they smile and they will say hi. And if you should happen to meet one during that time period, give it time.
Yeah.
Don't rush in to move her in with you. Date her 3 to 6 months.
Yes. 3 to
If,
6 months.
if everything is great,
Yeah.
then you can think about moving her in.
Yeah.
Live, and you thinking about marrying, don't marry her yet. Live together another year to 18 months, and then you and her sit down and talk about marriage.
Yes.
Don't propose yet. Talk about it first. Because it might be a different story that you're hearing. So yeah, that's my best advice. The main thing is make sure your money is right before you get here. Because
Yes.
you cannot live on $1,000 a month and expect to travel 2 or 3 times a month. You'll never do it. You'll be out on the streets in 1 month.
Yes, Charles, thank you so much for the time. I really do appreciate you. And yeah, that's all for today's video, guys. I'll see you to my next video. And yeah, God
Be,
bless. Love
be,
you all.
be happy.
Yeah, be happy. Bye.